Coming up on an all-new episode of B3rdPower. Join us as we sit down with Integrative Health Coach Lynn Delgaudio. Then, author Christina Blake is in the house sharing with us all about her new projects. This is an episode you don't want to miss. B3rdPower starts now. Welcome to B3rdPower. How y'all doing tonight?
Did you have to sing it though? Did you just sing welcome, welcome, welcome? Did you sing it though?
I did.
I think you did.
Is that okay?
Okay.
It sounded good though.
You sounded marvelous.
But you know what? It's our show. So I can do that. Welcome to B3rdPower here on You Broadcast Media, baby.
That's right. Well, we are being intentional, bridging gaps, and building
community. That's what we're doing, y'all. We are so excited to be before you tonight. We have some awesome things to bring before you.
As usual.
As usual. Did you say as usual? I mean,
as usual.
Okay. But anyway, we got some awesome things to bring before you tonight. We are super excited and we don't want to wait any longer. So why don't we go ahead and do what we do, baby, and catch up.
The catch up.
See, now I inspired you to sing. Go
now
on.
I'm singing. Hello.
Now. I like that. The catch up.
The catch up.
Yeah. Okay, I like that. So what's been going on in your world? What's happening? What's going on?
I was supposed to think about this, right? Nothing. So I did do, what did I do? I hung out with my son Saturday. Me and Dale, we hung out with Brandon.
Yay, Brandon.
And you know, he's in love. He's in love. So you don't get to see him often. So it was really exciting to actually spend some time with him.
Yes.
Yeah. But that's really all I did. I really didn't do much this past weekend. And if I did, I just totally can't remember.
And you know what I'm about to do to you? Because this is what I got to do. She had some amazing things happen over the weekend and over this past week, guys. Don't let the smooth taste fool you. Yeah. And apparently, somewhere along the line, she done forgot. So I'm going to remind her because that's what a good co-host does, right?
Okay.
So first of all, my girl Sherri, she did yet another successful drive-by, drive-up, drive-by event, because that's what she do. But hold on, even more so, she just celebrated her 1 year anniversary in business. And I cannot believe that she didn't even realize that was monumental and happened.
I did. I sure did. You're so right.
What would you do without me, Sherri?
What would I do? I have no clue.
You would cry. That's what you would do. You would cry.
Or just forget everything I've done.
How about that? So I want to give you major shout outs. I'm so proud of you. You found something that you loved outside of B3rdPower, that is.
Yes.
She found and motivating people.
Yes.
She found something else that she loved to do. And she's celebrating a year anniversary and helping you to accessorize and shine, baby.
Get it right. Yes. Get it right.
Yes.
Because that's all that the $5 addiction is all about. I love being a paparazzi consultant. It is so much fun. And on top of it being fun, you get to look cute while you do it. I have bracelets. Look, I have everything right here.
Not. Did I just create a monster head? Did I just create a monster head?
Yes.
But I love that, because how many times are we on here and do we have guests that come on and say what we know, which is that you should always have multiple streams of income.
Yeah.
Like when you're building, you should always have multiple streams, multiple ways to bring in income and to build the life that you want, right? And so that's what you did. So
and I always try, I practice trying to make them. I have the creative eye for it to make the jewelry, but I just wasn't good at it. Like some people make some amazing jewelry, but I just wasn't good at it. But I had the eye to put the pieces together and all that kind of stuff.
So
but
you found a way to merge it.
Exactly. So I was like, you know what? They already make the jewelry, blah, blah, blah. You get benefits, you get perks. They've already set up the marketing for it. Guess what? I'm going to go with it. And I absolutely love it. And it helps me, in what I'm doing with helping women to feel good about themselves and having an awesome moment. So yeah, I love it.
I would say, and it feeds right into who you are anyway. I mean, because you're the great motivator. You are a motivator and life coach. And this is one more way for you to help like you said, make people feel good about themselves. So I'm proud of you. I'm super proud of you. You guys, B3 family, make sure you send Sherri some love this week to congratulate her on her 1 year anniversary, baby. Yeah, anniversary, baby.
So what did you do?
Okay. So honestly, I took a break this weekend.
Okay.
Me, I know, right? I took a break. I have been working really, really hard these past couple of weeks. I had some projects that just, that had me tied up, tangled up, wrapped up. Goodness gracious. And so I celebrated finishing those projects by simply taking a couple of days of rest. And that's all I did. Makes me sad because, as you know, I've had family here. COVID brought my family together. So I had extra family that was staying with me, and they all have dispersed back to their homes, back out of state and stuff like that. And so cried a little bit because we always cry when we leave each other. But it just reminded me that summer is over. But I took time this weekend to reflect on the fact that spring and summer, I don't know whether it was you and I that talked about how spring and summer seemed to just roll in together with everybody being on stay-at-home orders with COVID. But I have had an awesome last few months. Like my time with my family during COVID has been so spectacular. Like we were on stay-at-home orders, but we found ways to be creative, ways to think outside the box, ways to not get on each other's nerves as often as possible. I mean, we have had a blast, from paint nights to gardening. I mean, game nights, you name it. We found creative ways to just have fun. And I think I cried because I'm going to miss my family, but I cried because I realized just how much of a blessing this time turned out to be for our family. And then I cried because I realized summer is over. And
I'm so glad to hear you say that, though, because you hear a lot of people complaining. You hear a lot of people saying, oh, my goodness, it's driving me crazy, blah, 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 blah. And, you found a way to make that thing work. And you guys, just put your whole heart into it. And like, you know what? Listen, I know we're getting on each other's nerves, but let's make the best of this time that we have together. And that's really what it's all about. You get to sit down, because other than that, we would have been ripping and running the street and doing this and doing that and involved in this and involved in that, and not connecting with our family and our children and our loved ones. So I'm so excited that you said that, because that's exactly what I really feel like this time is all about.
Yeah. So I shedded a few tears, I can't even get my words right. I shedded a few tears, but they were happy tears, just over, just like, wow, this has been great. Yeah. But now the work begins. We get ready to go back into social distance learning and, getting adjusted. And I'm not going to complain about that because I don't know, real talk. I'm not sure how comfortable I really was with my child going back into regular schools. Like, I'm seeing pictures now from other states where the kids are back in school and they're all on top of each other. And I'm like, oh boy, you know what I mean? And so I'm okay with that. But now it's time to buckle back the same way we would if they were going back into the physical school. You just getting ready.
And, and I tell people all the time, I think I mentioned even last week, and for those of you that weren't watching last week, we talked with David Smith on our behind the scenes chat. And I want you guys to know that, the school systems have literally had a couple of months to get this thing together for a district of hundreds and thousands of children.
With all kinds of different needs.
All kinds of different needs. Mm-hmm. You have to understand and be patient with them as well. There was no playbook that came along with this process. There was no plan on, so guess what? This is what you do if a pandemic hits and ta-da, here it is. There was no plan for it. Mm-hmm. Now that we know better, from here on out, we can do better. But this first school year is literally going to be the walking ground for tests to see what's working, what's not working. Is this working? Everything. The teachers are going to be brand new to this. The school system is going to be brand new to this. If little Johnny breaks his iPad that's been, given to him from the school, you're going to have to miss days of lesson until you can get another iPad from the system. It's just going to be a process. So be patient, please, you guys.
Be patient.
With them and understand it, and stay in communication with the schools. Just stay in communication with your teachers.
Absolutely. Well, with that said, go and think on that.
Yes.
But get ready for this break, honey, and the rest of this show, because we have two phenomenal women in the house with us tonight. And we are so glad to have with us integrative health coach, Lynn Delgaudio, and author and life coach, Christina Blake. Listen, you want to tap back in to hear what these two phenomenal women have to share with us tonight. But before we do that, you know what we have to do. We're going to take a quick break. And while we do that, go and get your snack and your drink and come on right back, because this is B3rdPower here on You Broadcast Media.
It's official! Coming September the 13th, 2020, the ladies of B3rdPower will be hosting the first annual Community of Champion Awards. Sponsored by Global Executive Staffing. We're looking for donors and sponsors to help make this a memorable event. If you'd like to participate and or nominate a community champion, please email us at B3rdPower@gmail.com with your nomination and support. This is an event you don't want to miss. B3rdPower, Community of Champion Awards. Be there.
Welcome back to B3rdPower here on U Broadcast Media. I am so excited to introduce to you guys tonight author and integrative health coach, Lynn Delgaudio. Welcome, Lynn.
Hey.
Hello, Lynn.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, I will say I am great. And then I knew Sherri was going to say she great. And yeah.
We're all good. I love how you sung the entrance earlier.
She's showing off her new skills.
Yeah, my new my hidden talents. That's what I'm doing tonight. It's just one of them days. But how have you been? We're so excited to have you with us. You are just phenomenal, but I know a little bit about you, but we want our guests to know, our viewers to know more. So share with us a little bit about who Lynn Delgaudio is.
All right. Yeah. So as you said, I'm an integrative health coach. I refer to myself as an integrative health and mind style coach because we hear a lot about lifestyle, right? But what about our mind style? And I define that it's my own kind of thing, but I define it as your mind style really is the manner in which and the practice of how you think. And I'm all about using the mind as an active agent for change. So it's all about empowerment. I am all about helping people live deliberately and taking, it all starts in the mind. And, if we've got toxic thinking, we're going to have a toxic body. We're going to have stress in our body. We're going to have stress in the mind, stress in the body. And especially now. So I really want to help, my goal is to help people really, find their purpose, find that personal power within. And it all starts up here. And I kind of learned these tools accidentally after we can get into that later after a traumatic brain injury. But I'm also a speaker and an author. I've got 2 books out, but my most recent is Altered on Impact, which is the true account of my injury and then the healing process that ensued. That was remarkably unexpected and very transformative, profoundly transformative. So that's kind of a little bit of who I am.
Awesome. Now let's go on and get into that. Actually, when you talk about your traumatic head injury and then how your life unfolded, that's one, I was going to say, tell everybody what an integrative health coach is, but you kind of broke it down. Like, it's not just your body that we're looking at, your nutrition and your exercise, but looking at you as a whole person, kind of like basically holistic health, so to speak. But tell us a little bit about your story and how that led you here with the brain injury and then leading you on to health coaching.
So in 2014, and I meant to say I'm a recovering banker too. So I've been in the corporate world most of my life, right? Most of my adult life anyway, and highly athletic. And I had just finished like a 9-mile run, and I went to the gym and I was going to do some what they call lat pull downs. You sit down and there's a metal bar ahead, and then you load the weight over there and you pull. So I had about 80 pounds loaded. And on one of the pull downs, I'm not sure how many, but on one of them, the entire system snapped. And so this metal bar came into my head with a force of 80 pounds. Oh. So I had a neck injury up until a few months ago. I was still like 4.5 degrees off. The impact created a hypershifting in the low back, which created a cyst on my spinal cord. So the brain injury, the neck injury, the low back, just structurally a mess, cognitively a mess. But an interesting thing happened, and I was new to this area in the Raleigh area, and I didn't know anyone. So, you learn how to ask for help real fast, but people would call from up north or down south and say, they would go right to anger. Aren't you angry? This is horrible. You're never going to run again. Aren't you mad? What are you going to? And when I heard that, when I listened to that anger, it was odd. Like, it wasn't their injury, it was mine. But when I heard that, or if I thought of my medical bills and the potential for bankruptcy, I quite literally felt my brain swell in my head. And I would get eye pain and what they call fanning and nausea and dizziness. And I was re-traumatizing myself when I let those negative stressors in. So my very early lesson that I learned was bad in, feel bad, And then, so I just said, I'm just going to replace it. First of all, these people, you can't call me if you're going to be angry. But if I have these bad thoughts, I'm going to replace them with thinking of the ocean or a puppy or something, turtles. And then I realized I don't have to wait. I get to choose every minute of every moment of every day, what I want to think about, how I want to use my mind.
Yeah.
And it was like a trail of, I don't know, it was just like one
breadcrumb.
Yes, breadcrumbs. And I just followed and I listened to my body, and my body was like this amazing indicator of what was, going on up here. And so I just followed the breadcrumb trail and created more and more exercises. And the more I did, the better I felt. And then I found the practice of appreciation and how amazingly transformative that was. And 2 years down the road, I turned on YouTube and I hear this guy talking about this horrific accident he'd been in. And they said, you'll be in a body cast for a year, you're never going to walk. And he said, oh, no. If I can walk out of here in 12 weeks, I'll dedicate my life to neuroscience. And he did just that. He was explaining, though, all the neuroscience behind why all these strategies I just intuitively developed, why they worked. So that's when I was like, oh, God, I got to write a book, because if I feel this good after such a traumatic injury, man, everybody can feel this good.
Yeah, absolutely. The mind is truly powerful. It really, really is. Can you tell us more? About the book? Is this what led you to write the book?
Yeah. So, I mean, when I found out there was neuroscience, I just became, it was insatiable. I was so curious. I wanted to learn more and more and more. And the way I found like power of appreciation, somebody said, well, thank God you were doing the rear pull downs and not the front, because then you might be dead. And I thought, well, never thought of that, but kind of appreciative. And then I started thinking, well, I'm appreciative for all those people at the gym who didn't even know me, who were like bringing milk with DHEA in it for the brain, and coming to walk my dog, and going to the grocery store for me, and just all of these little gifts. And I just stayed in that place. And I mean, I'll tell you, this cyst was causing so much pain in my body, electrocution-like pain. And when I say pain, I mean a level that I didn't think was fathomable, like endurable by any human being, for 10 seconds, let alone every 20 seconds for 18 months. So, so the pain won sometimes, and thank God I suck at suicide because I'm here to talk about it. But it was all now I lost my track. I get so excited. But
about the book that
yeah. So the more strategies I developed, the better I felt. And the better I felt, the more I was staying in appreciation mode and not going into victim mode, which is very easy to do. It's so easy after an experience like this, any traumatic experience. We're living in trauma right now every day, with COVID and all the world changes and explosions and whatever. That there's so much swirling right now in our field. It's literally going process. It's so fast and so much. It's really hard for the brain to process it. And when we're in fear and when we're in victim mode, we're in our amygdala or our PCC, posterior cingulate cortex. We're in these regions of the brain where we can't heal, we cannot think clearly, we cannot grow, we can only be in one region of the brain at any given moment. So it's critical in times like this or after a trauma or an injury, illness, that you stay in a place of appreciation as much as possible.
Yeah. It's funny you say that because when I was younger, I got diagnosed with petit mal seizures. And from that, I had to dig deep. I really had to dig deep to figure out and stay in a good space, and I journaled when I realized that they had happened, and I journaled, what I was eating, and I figured out all of that kind of stuff because I wanted to have more control over my brain than my brain having control over me. You know what I mean?
I'm so glad you said that.
Yeah.
Our minds are like an app in the background. And when you add like this, I call it the CVNN, the Coronavirus News Network. There's so many people that are consuming so much media, and they call it TV programming for a reason. There's a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt in the messaging, and that goes right into the program. And so it is like exactly what you said, taking control of your own mind. That's at least one thing we have control over these days. We have control over our thinking and our health.
Yes. If we're, like you said, not even if, but when we're intentional about what we're feeding ourselves and what we're allowing to come in, it definitely, we control what we're programming and how we think. Exactly. So Lynn, of course, time flies when we're having fun. With the work that you do with mind coaching, how can people get in contact with you if, they're similar to you are and they're working through and they need help and would like to seek assistance from you? How can people get in contact with you?
Sure. So my business is LD Consulting, but it's not for Lynn Delgaudio. It is for Live Deliberately. And I'm at lynndelgaudio.com. You can find my book if you want to read it, Altered on Impact. It is on Amazon Books, a million indie bounds. It's out there. And you can find me on Facebook, LinkedIn. I'm pretty active on LinkedIn. I'm on Instagram. I'm out there. You can find me.
Awesome.
I also do summits too. I've just done an immunity summit, and I'm working on a stress summit and an anxiety summit. And I'd love to hear from you guys.
That's what I was going to say. Thank you so much for bringing up the summits, because we definitely don't want to miss out on those. So tell us a little bit more about the summits and how people can get registered and partake in those as well.
So we just wrapped up an Immunity Blueprint Summit. And again, you can find more information on my website. And we're working on it. Hasn't launched yet, but we're going to start marketing in about a month. It'll launch in late October. It's a stress summit. It's going to be called Blessed and De-Stressed. And we have industry experts from all over the globe. I mean, like, Kenya, South Africa, UK, Germany, Canada, from all over the globe. And we view these topics from a wide variety of lenses. So nutrition, inflammation, naturopathic medicine, functional medicine, wireless technology, meditation, intentional breath work. I mean,
telehealth? Are you guys looking at telehealth?
we do have someone that spoke about telehealth in the last one, not this upcoming one, but we have, usually 10 or to 12 speakers. And it's free to register. You get some freebies just for registering. And it's just a wealth of knowledge from the amazing experts. And people really need that right now. And, people really need some actionable, useful strategies and information.
Yeah.
Our goal is to inform, inspire, and empower, period.
Love it.
Fear-mongering,
inspire and empower. I love that, Lynn. So one more time, just for those that are just tuning in and want to connect and get involved and participate in the summits, one more time, where can they get that information from and where can they register?
So just go to LynnDelgaudio.com. You can just send me an email at lynn@lynndelgaudio.com. The Immunity Summit ended, but we can work something out and get that information to you. And then registration has not yet begun, but we can get you on a mailing list. So just contact me there, lynn@lynndelgaudio.com. We're working on the entity that puts these summits together is called Blueprints for Wellbeing. We're currently redoing our entire website. So that'll be up in the next few weeks.
Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it.
Bye.
Please keep in touch with us so you can let us know about all the things you have coming up.
Sure will.
Absolutely. And yes, we are so grateful for you tonight, Lynn. You shared some great information. Again, B3 family, be sure to check Lynn out, get registered for the summits. Great information. And as you heard, they cover an array of topics from different angles, and you don't want to miss out on that, especially when they're free. Right? It's free. It's free. It's free. It's free. When you have access to good information and knowledge for free, one thing that we don't want to do is not take advantage of that information, right? I love that so many people are blessing the community, especially during this time, with free events. But guess what? In order for you to get the information, you got to show up. You got to register, baby. So make sure you do that. And with that said, Lynn, again, thank you so much for joining us. But you know what time it is, B3. We got to go pay some bills. It's time for us to take a quick break. Go on, refresh that nice cold beverage, get you that next snack, and we will, I love it, Sherri. Flash that water, baby, in the good old mason jar. Yes, go on. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll see you guys back on the other side of this break with Miss Christina Blake. This is B3rdPower here on You Broadcast Media.
Join us for a B3rdPower special edition. It's the Virtual Youth Summit Town Hall, presented by Keon Works. We're continuing the conversation and putting the pieces together for change. August the 23rd, 2020 at 5 p.m. We're calling all youth advocates, entrepreneurs, and empowerment program directors. Register today at eventbrite.com. This is an episode you don't want to miss. B3rdPower Youth Summit Town Hall. Be there. Global Executive Staffing provides top-level executive staffing to federal and private sector companies globally at the most competitive price. They are experts in coordinating and expediting projects from design to development. Global Executive Staffing is a Department of Veterans Affairs, Center for Veterans, certified service-disabled veteran-owned small business. To connect with Global Executive Staffing, go to www.gestaff.com.
Welcome back. Welcome back to B to the Third Power. We just had an amazing interview with Lynn Delgaudio.
Yes.
Looking forward to speaking with author and life coach Christina Blake. How are you?
I am awesome. And it is such an awesome experience to be on with you guys once again.
Welcome back. Welcome
yes.
back.
Listen, let me tell y'all how special Christina is, okay? Christina is special because for those of you all who have been with B3 all this time, Christina was one of our first guest on the show. Mm-hmm. She was on episode 2, baby, when we was brand new figuring this thing out.
We were scratching, trying to get this thing together.
Listen, and Christina said, I'm down. And she came and did the interview, and she helped us to become one of the great shows that we are today. Yes. And so we say thank you.
Thank you.
And it is appropriate for you to return now that we have grown so much.
We've come a long way.
Yes, it is amazing and phenomenal, the platform that you guys have created for yourself. But that's what it's about, putting action behind those words.
Right.
And that's where change began. So I am just floored at the success that you all have created for yourself and the community, bridging them gaps. That's what we're supposed to do.
That's right. Exactly. Bridging those gaps.
Yes.
So you know what? I don't look like what I've been through.
Yes.
You look amazing, girl.
Thank you.
Look, and she don't look like what she been through. That. She don't even look like
what I've been through. Please tell us more.
Yes. Well, for most of your guests who've been with you since the beginning, they heard my story, a little bit. I don't know how many have purchased the book, but Don't Look Like What I've Been Through is a story about my life. My on and off again of addiction to substances, the loss of my children to child and family services, and all of it stemmed from physical and verbal abuse at the hands of my dad, who was supposed to be my protector. Your dad is the first man that you're introduced to, and he's supposed to protect you. However, my dad was everything but. And so it led to a bunch of relationships that was physically and verbally abusive. My mother's death played a major part in my upbringing. I was very young, when I was thrown to the streets, basically, to fend for myself and to survive. However, due to the grace of God, who I call my higher power, my only power, I don't look like what I've been through, because I was addicted to drugs and alcohol for 20 plus years. I'm 47 today, and I sit before you with a degree in psychology, with numerous of other certifications under my belt. I am working on my next book called The Woman in the Mirror, A Spiritual Awakening, because that's what I've had, and is due to come out in 2021. I'm also have my own radio show starting up on September the 2nd called Conversations with Christina. It will be on major platforms, 54 to be exact, and I will be on Apple TV as well. I'm getting ready to launch my clothing line called Good Orderly Directions. So I am just
busy
doing the will of God. Every open door, I walk through it, because I never would have imagined the life that I sit before you today. And I have, I never would have imagined that. But, with good orderly directions, choices and decisions, this is who I have become. And I'm still evolving as we speak.
And I was going to say, and your diligence, you know what I mean? Like, for those that know you, you have absolutely no problem with shutting it all down and saying, I'm gonna put y'all on hold. I gotta go handle some business.
Yes.
I'll be back. Like, I've seen you do that on social media. You like, I gotta disappear for a minute.
Yes.
But what I love is when you disappear, you come back with something better than what you were doing when you left. Like this last time, one of the things you have going on now is, I said, she up to something. Now has this amazing book trailer for her book. It's almost like a short film type thing. She made a video for her book, which was amazing. And she's been sharing that. And then right after you came back, I noticed you said again, you was like, I got to take some time away. And now you're off. And to hear all that you have going on, like, hands down, I'm like so proud of you. You know what I mean? Because it takes diligence. Like, all that you have been through, you've accomplished a lot. But I love how you have absolutely no problem with saying, I got to shut all this noise down.
Yeah.
And get to the business of what I need to handle, what God is telling me to do right now. You have no problem with shutting it down. So I commend you, and I'm so very proud of you and all the things you have going on. That's for sure.
And he's definitely opening doors.
Yeah.
Yes. You know, that's my song by Deidre Hatton. It's open door season.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I tell people all the time that this is not a season to fear. This COVID is not a season to fear. If you read in the book of Exodus, it'll tell you how God put a plague after a plague after a plague because Pharaoh wouldn't let the Israelites go. So if you really look at it and read, you become knowledgeable of what's going on around you. But in the midst of it, the Israelites wasn't touched by any of the plagues, and they were all in Egypt. But it's so funny how one set of people got it and the other set didn't. They never felt anything. So I tell people to look at this as a blessed season. Mm-hmm. This is a pruning season. This season is where you're being molded and you're being made whole. That's because right. You should come out of this season better than you went in. Yeah. Because now you should have no noise because everything has been shut down.
That's right. I love
everything is on pause.
I love
it. It doesn't matter about your color, your race. It doesn't matter about any of that. How much money you got, how much money you don't have. It has shut down literally the entire world.
Yep.
So now I'm watching people's gifts and talents being formed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching young ladies who go to the nail salon. Now they are doing nails because they couldn't go to the nail salon.
Yep.
Right.
I'm watching gifts be birthed. So this is a pruning season. It is not a season to fear. This is a blessed season. And I tell people, take advantage of it. Take advantage of it. And don't look at it as fear. Look at it as faith.
Yep.
Because 2020 is still the year of vision. I told somebody that the other day. It's still the year of vision.
Yes.
It's just a different way that you didn't think that it was going to happen. You thought that it was going to go differently. But it's still the year of vision.
And I was going to say, and that's the other thing. We talk about having flexibility all the time. Sherri and I talk about that. Like, you got to be flexible because sometimes we can plan all day long, and there's nothing wrong with planning because there are some things that I do like to plan, but you have to leave room for adjustments. You have to leave room for if something goes wrong, how will I pivot? Right?
Yes.
I had great dreams for this year for sure. But when things changed, I didn't just give up. You know, just like you said, you don't just give up. I looked, and as a matter of fact, I challenged Sherri. I said, we going into COVID. When we come out of this, what you gonna have done? Remember, we had that conversation.
Yes.
And what Blue people know, she done wrote 3 books. She got 3 ebooks that she didn't finish. They haven't released yet. Look, I'm always bragging on her, but I'm proud of her because, you know, she done some things. I looked at things and I said, well, I can't just quit. I got to pivot. So I pivoted to something else that has obviously something I should have been doing anyway.
Yes. And I need to get over there to see that garden of yours, as a matter of fact.
You go. Yes, you can come on because I got some more stuff coming for you. But the point of the matter is, it's all about one of my favorite quotes, and I had no idea who it really came from because I've heard several different people say it, and that is, life is 10% what happens to you and 90% what you do about it.
That's it.
And so we are in a time where yes, it's been sad. Yes, it's been scary. Yes, we've lost loved ones. I've lost loved ones that passed away with COVID. I'm sure other people have had family members in the same. But what are you going to do with this time? You know, are you going to just sit and brew over what didn't happen? Are you going to sit and reassess and look at what can happen with the rest of this year? We still have I don't know, do my math. Yeah, something like that.
5 months.
We have several months left.
4 months. We have
that some amazing things can still come forth. Like you said, so many people have birthed businesses out of this time.
Yes.
Something that they would not have done had the shutdown not happened. You know why? Because they would have been too busy doing everything else.
Absolutely.
That's right. That's right.
And as a coach, and my thing is, I'm a transformational coach, because I know the transformation that it took for me to become who I am.
Come on,
I always tell my ladies to trust the process.
Yeah.
Because it is a process. And the beginning of the process is first learning how to love yourself. And in motivational interviewing, I love how it says you have to roll with the resistance, because life is resistant at times. It's challenging. Every day that you get up, it's a challenge that you're going to be faced with. So if you can just learn how to, like you said, pivot it, roll with the resistance, you will conquer whatever it is that you set your mind to doing. And that's just it. You know, and I tell my ladies all the time, you may have come to me as a caterpillar. And most people look at a caterpillar, it just squirms and rolls all over the floor, on the ground, and it's slow as I don't know what. But no one will look at that caterpillar and think that it will be transforming into an amazing, amazing, colorful butterfly. And that's what life is about. You got to deal with the tough stuff, make some decisions. However, you can always say words, but words without some action, it equals nothing but words.
There you go.
Nothing but words. You know, and that's just where I am.
You know, I love that note. I love that no excuse, no. Like, we don't have time to sugarcoat it. Like, it is what it is. You know, I love that.
Yes. And my quote is, when you begin to change the way that you look at things, the things you look at will begin to change.
That's right.
Bottom line.
That's good.
That's the bottom line.
That's good. So, Christina.
Yes.
How can people get in contact with you, honey, if they want to obtain your services, and or if they just want to stay in contact to get all of the amazing updates with what you have going on? How can they reach you, sweetie?
Yes. Well, my business number, and I just have gotten a new one, so I'm ready to give it to you now. It's, you know how you keep moving around things, but I am on Instagram as I am Christina Blake. I'm on Facebook as Christina Blake. I don't really use other platforms, you know, social media platforms. I'm on LinkedIn as Christina Blake. However, I don't get on it much because it's a lot. It's a lot trying to pivot through all of these social medias.
That's why they always say, find the one, find the one or two. Stick with them and roll with it. Find your audience. And once you find which one your audience is on, stick with them.
Yeah. That's it. So, you know, that's exactly what I do. Facebook is my platform. That's the one that I use all the time. Okay. So my website is being developed because I wanted to do something different. I wanted to reinvent it. So, you know, but they can call me on my business line. It is 240-685-7280. Once again, that's 240-685-7280. And I'm working to be coming out with my LLC, my consulting business in 2021. You know, my coaching business with me and 3 other coaches and an LPC. So
awesome.
You know,
So
provide the services.
Yeah.
So proud of you for pushing through, honey. Push through anyway.
And y'all better toot y'all own horn, honey. Because I remember when you all got started. And to see you all evolve into the platform that you all have now, that is amazing. And that's that stick-to-itiveness. You know, just sticking in there regardless of the kinks, all of the mishaps with the audio, and remember, I know it all. Look at you all.
I'm about to say, look, it's a journey. It's called those are our archive shows. They fun to go back and look at just to. It was raw honesty. It's fun to go back and look how far we've come. Like laugh at it now and like, wow, look how far we come. But
it was rough.
So you had an amazing team that has. We can't take all the credit. We have an amazing engineer team that keep us straight. They work hard. Y'all know who y'all are back there in the back room. We love you guys. We thank you for all that you do, because we couldn't possibly be where we are without your help. You guys hold us down for sure.
Yeah.
But we thank you so much, Christina, for joining us. It's always a pleasure to have you.
Yes, thank you all.
Back again for the official launch of some of your greatness you have going on. And look, you know, you can always call us. We'll come party with you on your radio.
Yes. Call us, girl.
You think y'all not? You think you're not? Because I need for other people to hear and to know, you know, and my platform is a little bit more broader. So guess what? Definitely, as soon as I get acclimated, y'all know y'all coming on here.
We got you. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank y'all so much. It's an honor.
You are very welcome. But you know what we got to do, y'all. We got to go and take this quick break. And when we come back, we got some amazing things that we want to remind you guys of, because, you know, B3 got some things going on. Yes. Oh, we have a real super big announcement. So I hope ain't nobody left. Y'all better come back, because we got something major to tell y'all in this next segment. This is B3rdPower here on You Broadcast Media.
It's official! Coming September the 13th, 2020, the ladies of B3rdPower will be hosting the first annual Community of Champion Awards. Sponsored by Global Executive Staffing. We're looking for donors and sponsors to help make this a memorable event. If you'd like to participate and or nominate a community champion, please email us at B3rdPower@gmail.com with your nomination and support. This is an event you don't want to miss. B to the Third Power Community of Champion Awards. Be there.
Welcome back to B to the Third Power here on You Broadcast Media. I told you, first of all, thank you, whoever hung in there with us, baby. Thank you. You don't want to miss this announcement. Sherri and I are so super duper excited.
Super duper
excited to share with you guys that our website is now up and running. Woo, woo.
We're official. Oh,
do the dance, boo. Do the dance. So you can now connect with us at www.B3rdPower.com. That's B3rdPower.com. We have some amazing things going on with our website. You want to make sure that when you go there, be sure to subscribe to our mailing list. You know why? Because it will keep you up to date on all the latest happenings that we have going on. Speaking of which, one of the things you can register for is our
Town Hall Youth Summit. Yes, Town Hall Youth Summit 2020, because like we heard from Christina earlier, we are not letting 2020 hold us back. Nope. But we definitely want to hear from our youth. We want to hear, I know this has been a major setback in a lot of you guys' lives, but we want to talk about it. We want to give you a platform to tell us all that you've been involved in and all that you're doing in the community. We've had some things going on after George Floyd's death, and we've had some things brought up about systematic racism. And we really want to know your innovative ideas and how you feel about this whole thing. And what are you working on to bring about change, right? What are you doing to be a game changer? August the 23rd. So you can go to the website at B3rdPower.com, like you just heard. Go to the website. You can find the Eventbrite link there so that you can register. And if you want to be on camera, of course, you can watch. But if you want to be on camera, you must register on the Eventbrite link. Okay? Yes. All right. If you have any other questions,
conversation, if you have not registered, you will be lost in the comments somewhere.
Because we'll have you
heard
comments. But if you want to be heard, definitely register, and make sure that if you have any questions, you can also hit us up on B3rdPower.com. I'm going to say that one more time. Yes.
Yes. And don't forget, we are now taking nominations for our B3rd Power Community of Champion Awards. Woo! We want to recognize you, the game changers in our community that are being intentional, bridging gaps, and what? Building communities. Now you can go to B3rdPower.com and click on the Community of Champion Awards link. There you can nominate your community advocates that you feel are so deserving of our awards, all right? If you don't get nominated, guess what? We don't know about you unless you get nominated or unless you nominate somebody. Mm-hmm. And if nobody else nominates you, go nominate yourself.
Nominate yourself, because y'all hear us say all the time, sometimes you have to encourage yourself. So if you think that you've been a game changer, go on and do your thing.
Nominate yourself. Be sure to tell us who you're nominating and why you are nominating them so that they get included in the consideration. Okay? That's right. All right. And finally, if you are interested and you're doing some great things in the community and you would like to be a guest on B to the Third Power, be sure to reach out to us at info, that's INFO, at B3rdPower.com. Yeah, y'all, we got a new email address. Make sure you take note of that, sweetie. If you feel like you have something great to bring to the community and you want to share, again, reach out to us at info at B3rdPower.com. gmail.com.
Yes.
And with that said, you know what it is. Time always flies when we're having fun. But remember, today is a great day to make a difference in the lives of those around you by being intentional, bridging gaps, and building community.
And I was about to reverse that, so I'm glad you said it, because I was about to say bridging gaps, being intentional, and building. Okay.
Guess what? It don't matter how you say it, as long as you say it.
It's still the 3 B's. Still the 3 B's.
The to the third is the B to the third,
B
baby.
to the third. B to the third.
Baby.
Right.
Anyway, we love you guys. Thank you so much for watching tonight. Remember to like, love, share. Share the love, baby. Somebody out there needs the information that was shared tonight, and you know who they are. We love you guys, and we will see you on Wednesday for B3rdPower's behind the scenes chat at 8:30 on YouTube and Facebook Live. Love y'all. Have a fantastic week.
Bye.